Hi everyone, Bill Greenberg with PhoneScholar.com. Today is Friday, April 8th, 2011. Here's what we got going on the website today, but first I got to mention something I actually forgot, but this week commemorates the first anniversary of Phone Scholar. I started on April 3rd of last year, so we are 1 year old. In the first year we've gotten close to 250 subscribers, about 100 friends. I'm averaging almost 600 hits a day to the YouTube site, and at last check, I haven't checked in a while, but about 3,000 hits to the website every month. Now, compared to the biggies, Phone Dog and Gadget and those, that's nothing, but you know what? In 1 year time, just doing this by word of mouth, no advertising, I'm having fun, and I think it's been pretty successful. Now let's triple that by a year this time by you guys telling all your friends about PhoneScholar.com, getting them to follow me on Twitter, like me on Facebook, go ahead and subscribe to the channel, and maybe by this time next year, instead of having 200, we can have 2,000, whatever. But I'm having fun, and I appreciate everybody that has followed me, and some of the Amir and Just So Easy, and some of you guys that literally almost talk to me every day. I really appreciate it. And here we go. There we go. So thanks again. Great year. Bing iPad app lands, and it's pretty cool. And Bing iPad lands for the iPad. And it's pretty cool. We've been going through a 1 year of no editing mess up, so I hope you enjoy that. But basically, Microsoft has put out their first app for the iPad, which is the Bing search. They've already had it on the iPhone, but they've really formatted it for the bigger screen, and it's really cool. There's also a video on there from Into Mobile, about 6 minutes long, that literally goes through every step of it, so it's really great. It is a browser. It's not officially a browser since Apple does not allow outside browsers on there, so you don't go through Safari, but when you're in there you can actually browse, so it's kind of a go around it, and they all do that. But anyway, that's what it has. So it has these tiles on the bottom which are really cool. It has weather, news, movies, maps, and trends, and the trends are really cool because it has the top 10 news stories that are going around right now, and you can flip through the news stories, and let's say you do weather and then you flip over to trends. Well, all you have to do is flip back and it automatically goes back to the weather page. Check out the video. It is really, really cool. It's completely, it also is voice interactive. So on the maps you can say Thai, like he says, Thai food, and it shows all the Thai food restaurants in the area. It's a free app. I put a link to the iTunes on there, so check it out. Really great app, really great story. Next, university student earns $50,000 a year jailbreaking phone. So for those of you that are complaining about not having any money while you do that, and it doesn't say how much he charges per phone, but he jailbreaks them, he unlocks them, which neither one of them are illegal, so it's not a problem. Now, is he reporting all this income to the IRS? We don't know. But he said he just started out literally doing this for himself and some of his friends, and then he got like 5 to 10 people a week that were asking him, and now he's up to 30 to 40 people a week that are doing this, which is funny because I'm sure he's dealing mostly with students who, as those of you who jailbroken your items, it's really not that difficult to do, so you think they figure it out. But again, there's many people that do oil changes out there for their cars. There's people like me who just literally don't want to take the time and go through that mess. I used to do it when I was younger, and now I'd rather pay someone. It's worth it to me to pay someone to do it, and so I'm sure a lot of people are in that same vein. There's a complete article. This is just a short article, but the complete article is from Washington Post. I put the link on there, so really interesting, and you can see that. Next, FCC votes to require large carriers like Verizon and AT&T to agree to data roaming deals. And this is really interesting. They already have voice roaming deals initiated, so like I said before, the smaller, like Metro PCS uses Sprint and Verizon. Sprint actually uses some Verizon sites, or they used to. I don't know if they do anymore. T-Mobile was using some AT&T sites here and there. Some of the smaller carriers that are, if they're on GSM, they're using T-Mobile and AT&T. Well, now they're talking about doing data. And the important thing to this is now a lot of the smaller companies, including Sprint, which is now going to be considered a much smaller company after the merger, if it goes through, which I'm sure it will, they will now be able to, rather than having to build out cell towers and cell sites, which is the most expensive part of building out a network, now they can use AT&T and Verizon's network to build out either their 4G or their 3G, whatever it is, data networks, and go from there. And the FCC is forcing. Now, of course, AT&T and Verizon are saying, this is not good, we don't want to do this. Number one, they say it takes away from possible people who want to invest and people, and discourages investment in their system from other people, because now the other people are going to be using it. And the biggest thing they're saying is, well, if now we allow all these other people on our system, it's going to slow down the system for our regular users. So we'll see what happens. It's going to stick. Don't worry about that. But again, we're talking about build out. We're talking about years, and over the next 4 or 5 years, who knows what technology is going to come by that this all may become obsolete. Who knows? Maybe we'll go 100% satellite and get rid of cell sites. So who knows? But as of right now, the FCC is mandating that, and they are going to have to do that. Next, LinkedIn apps land on Android market. And for those of you who don't know what LinkedIn is kind of like the Facebook for business. That's a very generic way of doing it. But if you're in business, I'm on LinkedIn, and if you're on business, it's a really great way to hook up with other business contacts, get jobs, get things, answer questions, become an expert at things, and then get people to trust you for these. And the ultimate thing is to lead to getting opportunities and jobs down the road. There's groups that post jobs all the time, so it's a really good business type of thing for Facebook. If you don't know what it is. If you don't, I put a link to the actual website, and I will put a link to the app, so check it out. It's a good thing. It has 6 different functions on the actual app itself for those of you who do use LinkedIn. So check out the link. I think it'll be something that works very well for you on the Android market. I believe it's already on BlackBerry and iPhone, but now it's on Android. Under categories, under BlackBerry and T-Mobile, BlackBerry 6 OS available for Bold 9700 on T-Mobile, and this has been a long time coming. There's been most of the other BlackBerry phones on T-Mobile already have the OS 6. Some of the advantages, it offers the WebKit browser, faster search. I did put a link to the T-Mobile site for updating this, so if you have a Bold 9700, go get it. Get the update. You'll love it. Next, under Verizon Wireless, Verizon planning to discontinue 1-year contracts. And it is confirmed, it is updated as of April 17th. You will no longer be able to get a 1-year contract. Now, a lot of you are saying, I never knew there was even 1-year contracts. Verizon, and when I worked for Verizon, we completely discouraged it. In fact, when I worked for Verizon is when they really started making a difference between the subsidies on the phone. So let's say if you got a phone for 99 bucks on a 2-year contract, it might have been $2.99 on a 1-year contract. They started that when I was working there. A lot of times you didn't get the mail-in rebates with the 1-year contracts, things like that. They really discouraged it, again, because they want to keep customers as long as they have. Now, if you're on a 1-year contract right now, no problems, it's not it. But when it ends, you will go to month, and when you go to renew, you're going to have to go to a 2-year contract. That's going to be required, or a month-to-month contract, or no contract, depending on what you want to do. But the 1-year contract is going to go away. It's not going to affect that many people. There weren't that many people that dealt with it anyway. Very few people even asked for it because they wanted the extra expense, the extra subsidies. And especially with Verizon, and this is saying a lot, they have the lowest churn, meaning the least amount of people leave them, a very low churn rate. So most people don't have a problem signing up for 2 years on Verizon. So that's why, another reason why I think they're not afraid to get rid of it. All right, that's all I got for today. You know what? Everybody have a tremendous, tremendous weekend. I hope you have fun, and I will see you on Monday.